Screwing Around with Shakespeare by Donna Latham. Manspread madness, induced by potent circumstances. A subway car. Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn are seated. Henry VIII wears earbuds and sprawls out like he owns the joint. He takes up the greater part of two seats with his knees far apart and feet aimed outward. His arms are crossed over his giant belly and his elbows jut out. He glares at Anne Boleyn, boring a hole through her for a few minutes. He makes a menacing slashing motion across his throat. Then he looks down, fidgets with his cell, and becomes engrossed with tweeting manic nonsense. Anne Boleyn, seated at another block of seats away from Henry VIII. There has clearly been some sort of incident. She pointedly ignores him, turns slightly in the opposite direction in a self-protective posture. Her head rests on the seat next to her. She leans over her laptop and labors over her studies. Subway comes to a halt. Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn bounce and shift in their seats. Guadalupe enters, pushing a baby stroller with a carrier attachment. There's a baby strapped inside the carrier. She glances anxiously around, noting that seats are occupied. She lifts the carrier out of the stroller. She places it and the baby strapped inside on the floor. Anne Boleyn glances up from her studies and oohs and ahs over the baby. Guadalupe, exhausted, pushes her hair out of her face, folds up the stroller, and stashes it under seats. Anne Boleyn responds sympathetically to the baby and to Guadalupe, indicates, "Aw, poor little baby." Henry VIII jerks up from his phone, sighs dramatically, glares at the baby. Yeah, he's one of those assholes. Then he repeats his throat-slashing motion at Guadalupe. Guadalupe ignores Henry VIII. She picks up the carrier and coos over the baby as she soothes her. Henry VIII impatiently taps his fingers against his thighs. Guadalupe, disgusted, shoots daggers at Henry VIII. Henry VIII sits squarely in the middle of two seats, stretches his legs straight out in front of him while he waits for this damn baby to get her shit together. Anne Boleyn takes her head off the seat next to her and tries to get Guadalupe's attention. Anne Boleyn does not notice. Guadalupe continues to soothe the baby. Henry VIII folds his arms across his chest. Anne Boleyn folds her arms across her chest. Henry VIII juts out his elbows. Anne Boleyn juts out her elbows. Guadalupe motions for Henry VIII to scooch over. Henry VIII, like hell he will, bitch, he sprawls out further. Guadalupe raises her shoulders in disgust, spreads her arms wide at Henry VIII, looks at Anne Boleyn with a face that screams, "What the hell is this guy's problem?" Anne Boleyn vigorously nods her head, indicates with her body, "Who the hell knows?" Henry VIII returns to his man-spreading position. With legs spread wide apart, pointedly returns to fiddling with his Twitter machine. Anne Boleyn pats the seat next to herself and gestures for Guadalupe to sit. Guadalupe plops into the seat, rolls her eyes towards Henry VIII. Anne Boleyn indicates, "I know, right?" conspirationally huddles with Guadalupe. Subway comes to a halt. Henry VIII, Anne Boleyn, and Guadalupe bounce and shift in their seats. Guadalupe straps the carrier back into the stroller, which Anne Boleyn has helped her with. Maxine of Waters enters loaded with shopping bags. Guadalupe collects her belongings and baby, gestures for Maxine of Waters to take her seat, and with a raised fist of sisterhood toward Anne of Boleyn leaves. Maxine of Water shakes her head no, hooks shopping bags through her arms to free her hands. Anne Boleyn pats the seat next to her, gestures for Maxine of Waters to sit. Maxine of Waters shakes her head no, grabs the pole near Henry VIII. All shift and rock as the subway takes off. Maxine of Waters swings on the pole perilously close to Henry VIII. Her bags graze his knees. Henry VIII brushes polluted knees off with disdain, throws Maxine of Waters the stink eye. Maxine of Waters swings closer, her head nearly grazing Henry VIII, throws Henry VIII the stinkier eye, gestures for him to scooch the hell over. Henry VIII shakes his head no, indicates, who's gonna make me? Maxine of Waters indicates, I am bozo, flips off Henry VIII, lets go of pole, drops bags, and tries to push Henry VIII's legs together. They don't budge. With great effort, she wriggles and contorts herself to squeeze into the space at the side of one of his legs. Henry VIII spreads his legs further, squishing her. She flips him off with both middle fingers. Anne Boleyn bows her head and touches her forehead in respect. Maxine of Waters, from her squished position, elaborately mocks Henry VIII's comb-over. Anne Boleyn mocks it in response. Henry VIII adjusts his earbuds, raises hands high in the heavy metal sign of the horns for a beat, then violently rocks out to metal, bangs head and waves comb-over around wildly, stomps his feet, pounds on the pole, beats his belly, pounds on his thighs, plays air drum and air guitar. Maxine of Waters rides the storm of Henry VIII's mayhem, rocking and rolling, twisting and turning, finally jabs him in the side with her elbow. All shift and rock in their seats as the subway comes to a halt. Anne Boleyn gestures to Maxine of Waters to sit with her. Maxine of Waters refuses. She's owning this space and not budging. Henry VIII indicates, are you fucking kidding me? This is too much. First, a headless wench and a fat bitch with a yowling baby, then an old crone with a metric shit ton of bags, now a mime? A freaking mime? Repositions himself to further claim his space and assert power. Mime's walking against the wind as she scans the subway for a place to sit. Anne Boleyn gestures a welcome and pats the seat next to herself. Mime's leaning on a bar, does a few shots in quick succession, and contemplates options. Maxine of Water mimes, cheers, and takes a shot herself. Mimes a game of tug of war with an invisible opponent. She labors to win, but falls badly behind. Mime's tying the rope tightly around her waist. She strains further against invisible opponent. Mime's pulling another rope out of her pocket. She makes a lasso and tosses it over Maxine of Waters. Maxine of Waters, successfully lassoed with an invisible rope, bounds out of her seat, grabs Mime's waist and tugs with her against the invisible opponent. Maxine of Water and Mime strain and battle and are eventually victorious. Anne Boleyn celebrates victory with them. Mime's feeling around an invisible glass wall that surrounds Henry VIII, is eventually satisfied she's determined dimensions, strains and labors to haul an invisible load of bricks. She pitches in to help Mime haul the invisible load. Henry VIII has had enough of this ridiculous bullshit and puffs himself up. Mime's using a trowel and invisible bricks to build a wall around Henry VIII. Anne Boleyn hops out of her seat to help Mime build the bottom of the invisible wall, lays invisible bricks and works her way up the wall. Maxine of Water takes a huge, goofy, stuffed animal from one of her bags and tucks it in between Henry VIII's knees. Henry VIII is enraged at this disrespect, sputters and frets. Maxine of Waters, Anne Boleyn, and Mime scramble to build the rest of the invisible wall together. They shift and nearly tumble as the subway halts. They regain their footing and raise their fists to the sky. They form the sign of the horns. Henry VIII labors to remove the animal from between his legs, stomps his feet, pounds on invisible wall. He's trapped! Holy shit, they did it! Those bitches trapped his man-spreading ass! The subway starts up again. To be or not to be, sexting Hamlet.
Oh, the horror! Oh, whoa, vile video! Oh. So, you think your family's crazy? Talk about a clusterfuck! Mine power mad uncle murdered mine father the king. Then, a hideous quickie marriage. Uncle Claudius wifed mine mother, Queen Gertrude. Now dread Uncle Boink's mom with hulking dad bod insects me. Mine eyes cannot unsee this desecration. Plus, Dad's ghost yowls round yon battlements. If this isn't whack enough, the ghost of my crazy ex stalks me. FYI, she drowned herself and can't be buried in consecrated ground. Top that shit, bitches! Shall I go full Oedipus? Gouge out mine eyes? Or stab vile Claudius through his perverted heart?
Claudius attempts to embrace Hamlet, who stomps away. Claudius embraces Gertrude instead.
Hamlet, our son, our nephew. Gertrude, our sometime sister, now our queen. Yeah, hot mama!
Oh, filed it off, fie! He maketh sex eyes at the fair lady who gave me life.
Your father is dead, 'tis true, but life rolls wildly on.
Hamlet pulls Claudius out of Gertrude's earshot.
How screwed up is this?
'Tis the dance of love on fleek against berry white mixtape. Why doth it offend thee so?
Oh, that's my mother, you scumbag! Revenge! Revenge boils in mine blood!
Dear sweet Hamlet, come to me.
Call it not revenge porn.
She married. Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart. I must hold my tongue.
If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but your mom ain't one. Yes, queen!
Claudius kisses Gertrude while taking a selfie.
Who's a gloomy Gus? Who? Oh, come on, who? Hamlet's a gloomy Gus. Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is.
Moping and brooding day and night all around Elsinore Castle.
Always in dreary nighted colors.
The loyal amongst us are in mourning. Duh.
All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Horn dogs must ever stiff our new prey.
He smacks Gertrude's rump.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed.
Melted flesh.
Seriously, that's just gross.
His cannons against self-slaughter. Oh, God. God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem the uses of this world.
Give Mama a hug.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
Come on, Gloomy Gus, give your queen a big old hug.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep.
Tis big O!
The ghost of doomed Ophelia!
Stalks me from beyond the grave.
Ophelia appears, wet and bedraggled with seaweed in her hair.
Thee. It's all about thee, Hamlet.
The struggle is real.
Quit calling me a stalker. You're such an endless drama boy.
Shall I kill myself or murder mine uncle?
Angst, anguish, ambiguity. Thou art a needy broken record.
Preach!
Hamlet points the dagger at Claudius, and then at himself, and then at Claudius again.
Make up your damn mind.
Adulting is hard.
He points the dagger at himself.
Execute your decisions.
FYI, inaction is a form of action.
He points the dagger at Claudius.
Who knows what the hell they're doing?
Not me.
Right? There's no intelligent design, Hamlet. Just muddle through like everyone else.
I once loved you.
We are over, done, finished, finito.
I never loved you.
Gaslighter. I've had it up to my eyebrows with your whiny-ass privilege problems.
Hamlet points the dagger at himself again.
Come on,
Off your
Hambone.
meds again?
Come on, Hambone. Put down that nasty, wasty dagger. That's my good boy. Wrap those angsty-wangsty arms around me, Mama's melancholy Dane.
The Dane's got 99 problems and a bitch!
Drop it, creeper.
Nudes?
My most sacred pleasure.
Oh, not that vile wretch! Ophelia! Netflix and chill?
Swipe left. We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Get thee to a nunnery!
The hell with slut-shaming noise.
You drive me to self-destruction!
He holds the dagger to his heart again.
Hand over that dagger.
To be or not?
Post haste before carcasses drop like flies.
Never!
You accidentally drowned, dear child, when that willow branch snapped.
Or did you commit suicide?
Doomed Ophelia killed herself. Case closed.
Spoken with the patriarchy's certainty.
Proper burial or nah?
Nah.
He texts Ophelia.
Oh, a disembodied phallus assaults mine eyes. Thou art a disrespectful swine. Evermore, I'll haunt your skeevy-ass Claudius.
That's my girl!
Queen Gertrude, this Bulgarian exploits you in such base fashion.
You should see what Claudius texted me.
Oh, and Hamlet, I'll chill with your ghost dad on yon ramparts.
Squad goals.
Oh, dear Queen Gertrude, why, oh why did you marry this skeevy old lech?
Lust?
Fear of loneliness?
Complicity?
Power.
Well, actually, a woman requires a husband.
Oh.
Else no one take her seriously.
No man, you mean.
Shrill harpy, angry wench, you drowned yourself because our nephew impregnated you, then tossed you in the burn pit with the table scraps.
Ophelia takes the dagger from Hamlet.
You know what makes me stabby? Mansplaining.
The guilt The burden!
Hamlet takes the dagger back and inches it closer to his heart. Ophelia takes herself from Hamlet and shows Gertrude.
Behold, your horrid bedfellow violates your trust.
Bastard!
Gertrude takes the dagger from Hamlet and points it at Claudius.
Ladies never make dents in the machinery by minding rules.
Please, please place the dagger in mine hand.
Gertrude brandishes the dagger at Claudius.
Lady, leap from this cart of carnage, this perpetual cycle of violence. Peace, follow me.
Or but a ghost, a splotch of mist.
Are you a spirit of help or a goblin damned?
How can you assist me, spirit,
I
if you
faked
are...
my death.
Oh, brilliant!
Well, actually,
Tricked
I've
you
got...
all and settled in a faraway place. A nunnery.
Oh, nay, you didn't! For real?
Yep,
Genius.
right? A blissful haven deep in the woods. A nunnery where ladies rule and no man visits.
Oh,
Dear Queen Gertrude, you have ever been kind to me. You are so much better than this. Remain with duplicitous Claudius, a beast devoid of integrity, and wishy-washy Hamlet? You'll fester in a wrecking pool, reeking pile of corpses. Get thee to yon nunnery. You win?
I am so in.
Gertrude gives the dagger back to Hamlet.
To yon nunnery.
Oh,
Guess that leaves the two of us, big guy. To be or nah.
Love sucketh.
As Claudius turns, Hamlet leaps out upon him, brandishing a laser sword.
Hello, I am Hamlet of Denmark. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh, shit!
Pew! Pew, pew! 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 Pew, pew, pew!
They battle at length, and finally Hamlet overwhelms Claudius, who is sprawled out on his stomach. Hamlet places his foot on Claudius's back, holds the sword overhead, and prepares to whack him when he spots a scuttle.
Huh. Alas, poor Yorick.
He picks up the skull and poses with it, while Claudius scrambles up to take a photo of them.
Selfie!
woo her like a badass.
Ralphie carries a bunch of dejected flowers. He shuffles outside beneath the balcony and glances about nervously.
Yo, Jocelyn. Yo, Bae. Yo, Adrian. Nah. Hey, you up there? I picked you some flowers, dandelions or something. Rapunzel, let down your hair so that I might climb the golden stair. Jocelyn, can't you hear me? Dang.
Peace, good Tricklebrain.
Trick or treat?
Good morrow, cousin.
Hey, what's up, bruh?
Wherefore dost thou strut and fret and stalk about so woefully?
Huh?
Art thou afflicted with the dread carbuncle of the foot?
The hell, man? Use your other words.
Thou yellest like yon wizened tabby cat.
I'm totally bummed. Plopped here like a dope.
Alas, poor fortune's fool.
No lie, I've been here half an hour.
Ay me, sad hours seem so long. What lengthens your hours?
Trying to get my girlfriend's attention.
Thy maiden rests in yon tower? 'Tis fair Juliet!
No, her name's Jocelyn. Hey, are you crying?
Forgive my weeping, good Tricklebrain. Grief of mine own lies heavy within my breast.
Sorry, bruh. Anyways, Joss is upstairs in her room. I'm trying to wake her up, so I can, woo her.
Of course, dear pilgrim.
I don't want to Snapchat her. That's cheating.
Woo has got to represent.
Damn straight. Gotta be all Rico Suave and romantic and all.
What's in a name?
Say what?
What dost thou call thyself?
Well, jackass right now, but you can call me Ralphie.
Excellent! I am Romeo. I do recognize your plight, my... Bro! Wouldst thou allow a fellow traveler on love's journey to assist?
Thought you'd never ask, fancy pants.
Now, friend, listen keen.
Yeah, lay it down so I can pick it up.
Outstretch thine arm thusly.
Like this?
Thusly. Cup thy unworthiest hand as if holding a rose.
He finds a discarded clump of flowers and places a bloom in Ralphie's hand.
Ah, behold.
It's awkward. I'm such a poser.
Kiss the tender grass with one bended knee.
Oh, dang, is that dog poop?
Hush, good Tricklebrain! I shall garland thine sinewy neck with mine silken ruff.
He drapes his ruff on Ralphie.
It's vegan, right?
Soft! What light through yonder window breaks, she speaks.
Jocelyn looks around and over the balcony.
What's all that racket?
It's Jocelyn.
Beat it, Coyote.
Speak lustily on love's light winds. Show thy mistress thou art sound of wind.
Huh?
Hush, Tricklebrain, allow me.
He flamboyantly kneels, raised his arms, woos away.
Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Coyote, beat it. Or I'll stick animal control on your shaggy ass.
She shines the flashlight down at Romeo, tracks his movement with the flashlight.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Joss, baby.
Alas, I have fallen blind as Gloucester. Die, alack! Oh, what vile thorn has pierced my jaw?
Hell, you're bleeding like a stuck pig. I didn't mean for this to happen.
I am most apologetic, Tricklebrain. I must to yon apothecary.
Dang it all.
When shall we three meet again in thunder and lightning and rain if thou wilt spin me in the direction of Verona?
Ralphie whirls Romeo around.
Excellent! Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Now what? I reek big time, I'm spewed with gore, and I'm wearing a frilly man scarf.
Cyrano de Bergerac pokes Ralphie in the back with his nose.
Dearest chum, Might I offer assistance?
You nearly scared me to death, bro.
He backs off.
Oh, I caught a whiff of doggy do.
Whatever.
A great nose may be an index of a great soul.
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't say anything about your, you know.
This veridic nose arrives everywhere a quarter of an hour before its master. 10 shoemakers, good, round, fat ones too, go and sit down to work under it, out of the rain.
Did I mention the schnoz? My mama ain't raised no rubes.
What the what?
Jocelyn.
There's a spooky rando in the yard.
No, it's me, Ralphie.
Now, dear fellow, step aside. Observe Cyrano, the master. All, whatever that came to me, in as they came, I'd fling them in a wild cluster, not a careful bouquet. I love thee. I am mad. I love, I stifle. Thy name is in my heart as a sheep bell, and as I ever tremble, thinking of thee, ever the bell shakes, ever thy name ringeth. Your turn to woo, dear Ralphie boy. Toss pebbles up and speak your joy.
Can you crank the gibberish down a notch?
Woo her like a badass, son.
Ralphie throws a pebble at the balcony. Jocelyn screams.
Ah!
Ralphie raises arms poetically, goes down on bended knee, and poses as Romeo has taught him.
Vandals, drunkards, frat bros. This neighborhood's gone to hell in a bucket.
No. Dearest miss.
I'm calling the cops.
He throws the pebbles back down at Ralphie.
Shall woo you under the light of a frisky moon big time, or, you know, whatever.
Ralphie? Is that you?
Dang straight, oh lady love. Been trying to tell you all night.
Just a second.
Ralphie's so excited he stumbles out of his pose. Cyrano arranges Ralphie back in place.
You're dope as hell.
Awesome. She's running down here.
You got this, Ralphie boy.
They loves me.
Fist bumps Cyrano, and they do a victory dance.
I leave you to your lady fair, and wander to I know not where.
Jocelyn returns to the balcony.
Were you born in a barn?
Hell to the no, bae. I was born in Waco.
Ring the doorbell like a civilized human being.
She dumps a bucket of water over the balcony and drenches Ralphie. He shakes himself off like a wet dog.
Hey, yo, Romeo. Yo, it's Cyrano. Wait up, bros. It's singles night down at the Boar's Head.
Puck, oh puck, what the fuck? An ass-headed Nick Bottom from A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I see there, knavery. This is to make an ass of me. Puck. Oh, Puck, what the fuck? Fairy king, fairy queen, four-crossed Athenian wooers. Madcap love, mid-forest green, king's the evildoer. Oberon wants the changeling boy for his new faithful page. Titania won't give up the lad and prompts her consort's rage. Puck, what the fuck? Nick Bottom is a weaver, a hopeful actor too. Enchantment made an ass of him. When's your mischief through? Shrewd and knavish sprite, you gotta make things right. Juiced eyes beheld an ass, poof, love at first sight. Puck. Oh, Puck, what the fuck? Demetrius loves Hermia, but she loves Lysander. Helena loves Demetrius, but that guy cannot stand her. Your juicing creates dark fog and claims of fitful dreams. You snort, "What fools these mortals be!" But dudes, these were your schemes.
What fools these mortals be. Am I right?
And let our empire be united, loyal, free, true to herself and thee forevermore. God save the Queen.
Let freedom ring.
The deuce? Ladies, gents, boys, and girls, welcome to BBC News coverage live from London. As history unfolds, join us at world-renowned Science Museum. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth will straightaway publish her first ever Instagram post. It will appear on the royal family's account, which boasts nearly 5 million worldwide followers. This venerable museum strives to ignite scientific curiosity among visitors of all ages.
And the ageless, like...
Excuse me, sir, or madam. As anyone with a modicum of intelligence might note, this is a live broadcast, tastefully respectful coverage of the Queen's tech-savvy moment.
What?
Not a fancy dress soiree.
Not digging fairy garb, are we?
Indeed. Now, if you'll stand back and allow me to do my job.
Hey, don't handle the fae.
Step aside, you odd little horned specimen.
Name's Robin Goodfolks. Everyone calls me Puck. I'm genderqueer and proud. Got a problem with that, fancy pants?
Go away, silly fae.
New phone. Who this?
Behold, the Queen.
Puck plays royal fanfare on kazoo. The Queen approaches the waiting laptop.
Resplendent as ever, surely one of the world's most elegantly dressed women.
In a dazzling tangerine coat and feathered hat.
The Queen strides to the sleek glass lectern, dignified, distinguished.
Dramatic.
Her Majesty removes a black opera glove, unfurls a regal index finger,
Raises a proper pinky.
and,
Dun dun dun!
ever so daintily, strokes the key.
The Queen taps the keyboard.
Brilliant!
Brava!
The Queen has published the first image on an iPad.
It swishes to Instagram, flits onward to Twitter, and enters the brave new world.
A merry burst of applause springs from this joyful crowd.
Whoop, whoop, your Madge!
There seems to be an uncouth, unwashed American amongst us.
Hello, governors.
Vacate the premises at once.
Delete your account.
Now then, the throwback image shares an 1843 letter penned to the Queen's great-great-grandfather, Prince Albert.
Uses the kazoo as a phone.
Hello? Have you got Prince Albert in a can?
I have the constable on speed dial. As I was saying, the Queen shared an image from Charles Babbage.
Cabbage?
Babbage, the polymath, of course.
Who says polymath? Some pretentious old goat, that's who.
Anyone with a modicum of education knows Babbage designed the first computer.
I've had enough of this mansplainer cockalorum and his correctile dysfunction. Fairy dust, Work thy magic. Hanging with this bloke is tragic. Ah, 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 choo!
Blows a puff of fairy dust at the announcer.
Oh heavens, I seem to be growing rather disoriented. Perhaps the excitement of the historic movement, monument, that is the historic moment, it rendered me weak-kneed, woozy. Where am I?
Mind the bloomin' gap.
Gently blows on the announcer, who keels over.
Don't mess with magic, bitches. And now, Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth speaks!
I'm delighted to announce the museum's fantastic new exhibition, Top Secret, Ciphers to Cybersecurity. Today, more than ever, we need a STEM-savvy populace to thwart the global menace of cyber crimes.
That's dang right, sister.
Excuse me, love.
Look at the bloody disaster across the pond. In the
Well,
colony.
one doesn't wish to be crass.
Oh, girl. If you have something nasty to say, come closer to Puck.
Dreadful bout of chaos there in the States.
Don't at me. I'm American, but I live in the ether with the other fae.
Oh, I scarcely recognize our beloved allies. We liberated the death camps together, and now, so much mayhem. What would my dear Prime Minister Winston Churchill make of all this? He spoke so eloquently of our special relationship. In 1946, after the war...
It is an honor to be introduced by the President of the United States. Given an opportunity to address this kindred nation and my own countrymen across the ocean. These are anxious, baffling times. With experience of a lifetime, my mind plays over problems which beset us on the morrow of our absolute victory in arms. I try to make sure that what's been gained with sacrifice and suffering shall be preserved for the future glory and safety of mankind. The United States stands at the pinnacle of world power, a solemn moment for American democracy. With primacy in power is an awe-inspiring accountability to the future. You must feel not only the sense of duty done, but also anxiety, lest you fall below the level of achievement. Opportunity is here now, clear and shining for both our countries. Constancy of mind, persistency of purpose, and grand simplicity of decision must guide our conduct. In peace, as they did in war. We must, and I believe we shall, prove ourselves equal to this severe requirement.
Oh, my dear Americans, what happened to you? How did you lose your way? Deplorable school shootings, galloping racism, border wars, nonsensical trade wars, a pandemic running amok, systemic dismantling of reproductive rights.
Right? Let's rename lady bits after guns. They'll stop doughy old men from regulating the uterus. Got me a vagine gun.
Well, it's positively medieval. You fled the monarchy. Now you created an iron throne to keep men in power. What's next? Flagellants hurl themselves in Boston Harbor to own the libs?
I don't want to name names, but rootin' tootin' shirtless Putin, am I right? Hijacked the election and installed a, you know. Can I curse in front of the queen?
Yet.
Russia, if you're listening. Oh, you're loads of fun, Queenie.
And you, a delightfully cheeky fae.
What say we hop on the Twitter for some quickie training in deployment of magic dust?
Dearie, I don't require training of any kind. I've survived the Blitz, the Beatles, and whatever the dickens is going on with Brexit. I've endured for decades, for generations.
You're totally badass. I mean, respect.
My friend, I'm the world's most traveled head of state.
Goals, your Madge. Listen, let's mingle over mimosas one day. I can share a soap opera about Oberon and Titania that would make your crown spin. But, well, now I don't mean to offend your Madge.
Old eggs need not fear cracks. Speak love, speak your truth.
You've lived one hella privileged life, been cosseted in castles for nearly a century, surrounded by devoted corgis, faithful servants who scramble to fulfill your every wish. You're all blinged out with crowns and scepters and jewels galore for tons of fancy times, sipping the finest vinos, munching the tastiest tapas, rubbing royal elbows with Barack and Michelle, no last name required, and Sophie and fine ass Justin Trudeau.
One is not going to lie. That lad in the Canadian Commonwealth is a tea time snack.
A real life Disney prince.
Yummy in one's tummy. One could certainly wax rhapsodic.
Seriously now, I gotta ask. Your Madge can perform CPR, correct?
Indubitably.
Execute the Heimlich maneuver?
Assuredly.
Your Madge is prepared for emergencies. But the Gram? Well, it's a brave new world that has such trollsters in it. By claiming a presence, you're vulnerable to safety hazards. Let me give you a velvet pouch of my finest fairy dust to ward off any bad juju wafting around.
Surely magic is unnecessary.
Yeah, no. Check out your post. Some crabby mortal already trolled you.
My stars and garters!
Called you an old hag hater and loser!
This is totally rude, crude, and socially unacceptable.
What fools these mortals be, am I right?
Who is this vulgarian?
Papa Putin's head troll comes from Queens, New York. Kind of meta, huh?
Well, I shan't respond, dearie. One has dignity.
Your Madge, I insist, fairy dust work thy wonders. Ah!
No, my darling fairy, stop!
What the blooming hell? Another post? No. Don't read it.
There is no need to shield one from this ghastly kerfuffle. Her Madge has this, dear heart. OMFG. Troll boy, step away from the gram.
Damn! Here he goes again.
Yoo-hoo, trolly. It's those little thumbkins are back in your pockets.
This old codger's relentless.
I'ma block his bloody arse right here and now.
My work is finished.
Do no harm, take no nonsense. Let no one make an arse of you. My dear Puck, I'll rejoice when you colonists reclaim your identity. Can't you?
My kinfolks must figure it out themselves. Reason over magic, am I right? They got this.
I'll wait. I have time. I've lived nearly 100 years and I intend to live 100 more.
Now that, I can give you a little something for that.
Puck escorts the queen away. Announcer re-enters as Nick Bottom with a stuffed donkey on his head.
Puck. Puck. What the fuck?
Foul is fair.
Abner and Dominique, coiffed to within an inch of their lives and dressed to the nines. Abner wears a toupee. They hold microphones and speak into an unseen camera. As they prowl the street looking for unsuspecting victims, they speak in the highly caffeinated fashion of early morning talk show folks.
Good morning, America! Happy Monday!
And welcome to Waylay Makeover!
I'm your host, Abner Fabulous. With me is my ever stunning co-hostess,
Dominique Angel.
We're roaming the streets to waylay one lucky lay day.
To take from drab to fab.
Wannabe to queen bee.
From fashion don't to glamour do.
From lump of clay to work of art. Ooh, look, Dominique, a hideous specimen lumbers our way.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
Miss!
You miss!
Thrice the brindled cat hath mewed, thrice and once the head's pig whined. Happier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
It's time, all right.
Round about the cauldron go.
We're not going anywhere, sweetie.
You are one frightful wretch who's let herself go to hell!
Excuse me? I'm in the middle of...
You're clearly allergic to morning.
Achoo!
No, I'm allergic to crazy. Put on a mask, Belended. Fling not your vile droplet cloud. In the poison entrails throw.
Dear God, is that eye of newt on your collar?
Dog in your hair?
Prophecy's not for sissies.
Girl, unkept is so last winter.
Washed out is washed up.
Hey, you're invading my personal space.
We're your rescue squad. What's your name, sugar?
None of your damned beeswax.
Ooh, we'll take you from grumpy frumpy.
Yummy mummy.
Need a buffoon.
You need fresh color, some razzle dazzle.
Espresso with caramel highlights.
Right? And a dash of red?
Ooh, love, 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 Dominique. How about a spicy cut?
With bold texture.
Beefy.
Choppy.
Beach waves, right?
Do not touch me again.
You'll be sexy.
Sassy.
Sophisticated.
Kicky.
Dramatic.
Yes.
Say hi to the folks at home.
Get that mic out of my face.
Oh, let's snap a before picture.
No pictures.
Oh, girl, you're a wash and wear.
You need to buff and fluff.
Quit crowding the cauldron.
We're hot on your trail. You'll never escape.
Stalker.
Admit it, you're desperate for a blowout.
Your roots have roots.
Oh, what do you think? You just pray the gray away.
Let's ditch that horrid Grim Reaper vibe.
And tart you up a kicky new frock.
Let go of me.
Oh, Abfab will strap you in his magical chair, whip out his cashmere brushes.
Cheekbones, where are you?
He is the contour queen.
Let's make those sleepy eyes pop with a smoky lip and a pale lip.
Sex, sex, sexy.
Sassy.
Back off.
Oh, come on. You don't want to disappoint the folks at home.
I don't need to be fixed.
Au contraire.
This is who I am. This is how I look. My own work of art.
You look rough, girl. That's why we're here to help.
Who are you to judge me?
I'm Abner Fabulous, makeup artist to the stars.
Grandiose, much. Seek treatment for clinical hysteria.
You're a fright.
You're a Barbie. Now step the hell back or I'll jam that lipstick up your nostril.
Pucker up.
Ram before I rip out your weave and feed it to you.
Just one itsy bitsy dab.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witches, mummy, mar, and gulf of the raven salt sea shark, root of hemlock, dig it in the dark. Liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and flips of you, silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth-strangered babe, tits delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab. And thereto a tiger's children, for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble, cool it with the baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good. Plague, burst forth, ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Dominic and they scream.
To the face, bitches!
Oh!
Whips out mace and sprays Dominique and Abner. There is a battle. They try to disarm her, and she eventually prevails. Abner feels around for his lost toupee. He tosses it on. Dominic crawls to her mic and staggers to her feet. She yanks Abner up and adjusts his toupee. Nose with a lace hanky and blots blood from her blouse.
Bloody noses are so medieval. Well, America!
That's all the time we have for today.
I'm Dominique Angel.
And I'm Abner Fabulous.
Roaming your street to waylay one lucky lady.
Until tomorrow, America!
Get waylaid! Best beware my sting.
We open with Romeo. He's costumed in the greedy, moneyed commedia character Pantalone's mask and Petruchio's fancy cloak and feathered hat. He jingles his coin purse as he dances and sings to himself along with the ending chorus of compare. He pretends to play each instrument and supplies sound effects for each in the cumulative lyrics: trombone, trumpet, violin, mandolin, saxophone, and flute.
Gibbity-tibbity-ta! Another glorious day in Verona! Sun smiles bright upon us! Buongiorno, signorina! You hauling the willow basket, yes, you! Leaving the market already, eh? Burdened with fennel, eggplant, for Papa's supper! No? Papa's in Roma? Oh, I see. New in town, are you? Servant in Don Diego's home. Excellente! Don Diego's a fine fellow, a gentleman proper. Pretty girl like you must have mountains and mountains of wooers. No! Not a single suitor. How can this be? If there is a blindness outbreak in Verona, like the corona pandemic in the New World. Well then, my dear young lady, you have a bit of time to spare. Do you not? Precious time in the evenings to devote to your future, growing your wealth. So one day you will work for yourself and yourself alone. You'll be rich. like me. Without a care in the world, no need to drag a basket bigger than yourself to answer every whim of your master. Now me, I boast a room filled with luxurious cloaks like this. Silken jackets, brocades adorned with precious metals and gems. You like a good party? An extravaganza! Doesn't everyone? Sneak away tonight after your master takes his slumber. I am hosting an intimate... Senorita, you doubt me? It's most assured a godly gathering. You have my sacred word. You won't regret it. I'll spare secrets of wealth and success and... Creepy old codger! Zucchero daddy! Oh, no, Signorina, come back! I want a bite. I promise, young woman, tell me true. If you had 100,000 scudi buried in your master's garden right now...
The unseen woman hurls a lemon at Romeo, and he ducks.
Oh, God.
100,000 scudi! What would you do with it?
Herbalife.
Romeo gawks into the audience, confused.
How about what? Imagine young fellow. Close your eyes, die. That's right. Let your mind run wild. Excellente! If buckets and buckets of scudi could earn themselves at your leisure, if you were rolling in the door, and I don't mean a pizza door. What?
Hi, Romeo!
Ah, hell!
No time to dilly-dally.
Coming, master!
Where are you, man? We're late.
In uno minuto!
Who the hell are you paddling out?
Praying to the Blessed Virgin. Before your journey to Padua, Sirrah. Blessed my righteous master Petruchio, his good lady wife, their sturdy carriage, and of course, bless me. I'm the fortunate man of the house all week in my master's absence, with God's speed, all us all in the palm of your loving hand, dearest Mother Mary, that there ate Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen. Now, where have you stashed my cloak this time?
Merda! Excuse me, dearest Mother Mary. I beg forgiveness for cursing so crassly. In your holy presence, Master nearly found me out.
Romeo whips off the cloak, dusts off crumbs, smooths it out, and puts on sunglasses. He scurries after Petruchio. Romeo places the cloak across Petruchio's shoulders and bows.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
For haste, Romeo.
Amazing!
Summon my good lady wife. Knock.
Knock, master?
Knock.
Who should I knock?
Whoa.
He puts up his dukes and shadow boxes.
Romeo, damn your eyes.
I'll pummel anyone who threatens you.
Knock, or I'll knock you in the nose.
Hiya!
Karate chops and kicks.
Oh, I'll die of old age if you never bother to knock in the first place. Catherine!
Coming, Petruchio.
My Catherine.
Obedient as a nun.
Sweet as honey.
Docile as a lamb.
And very nearly tamed.
Close but no cigar, see?
This raucous trip to Padua is the final step.
Master?
Kate will forever renounce her shrewish ways. Pledge to remain weak.
Si, and submissive.
Gotta keep her dignitized, Romeo.
Make it a boomba-diddy, uglies, eh, Sarah?
Big dick energy snags the ladies every time. Am I right?
Right.
Romeo rolls out an imaginary pizza dough and spins it.
My lady is a pizza dough in your tough and ready hands, master. She'll make an agreeable in time.
Romeo tosses the pizza dough into the air, extends his arms, and then leans his head back as he waits to catch it. Ophelia sighs loudly from the audience. She startles Grumio, and the imaginary dough plops on his face. He makes a great show of picking it off.
Why do you dawdle? Come on, Catherine, in God's name.
Come.
Once more to your father's house. Watch this one, Grumio.
Good morrow, husband.
Good Lord, how brightly shines the moon.
Oh, snapper!
Moon? That's not the moon. 'Tis the morning sun.
Kate puts
Yes.
Grumio's sunglasses on him.
Yes, how goodly shines the night's luminous moon.
It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Damn right.
By my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star or meteor, whatever I desire before I journey to your father's house.
'Tis the sun, Petruchio. You and I both know that.
Romeo, fetch our horses.
The shining, glorious morning
Oh,
sun.
crossed, evermore crossed, to nothing but crossed.
Boy! Say as he says, mistress, or you shall never go.
Oh, no. Let us go forward, please. I want to go
Say
forward.
as he says, I say, or I'll never snack some time off. Get a blessed moment to myself, because you know I got a
Forward,
little...
I pray you, since we've come so far.
You in danger, girl.
Let it be the moon or the sun or a meteor or whatever you please.
No.
Kate and Grumio shuffle awkwardly.
If you please to call it a rush candle. Henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I'm about to crack a frickin' molar.
What?
Action stops and Petruchio momentarily drops the pose and then regains it.
How many frickin' times you gonna say moon?
It's the moon, I say.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, woman, you lie. It is the blessed sun.
Merda! Lord, but this grows wearisome.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, huh? Mistress, any things you were about to say?
Yes, thank God be praised. It is the blessed sun.
Oh, I get it. Don't offend leggings guy, lest he kneecap you. Schlep your docile butt home again. Is that the plan in this twisted rom-com?
Son, it is not when you say it is not. Might I add, your mind changes much as does the moon. What you have it named, even so it is. So it ever shall be for me.
Actually,
Sirrah, go thy ways. Give it a rest. The field is won.
Behold the barren field in which I sow my flying fucks.
oh, hush, fool.
Tita!
It is not the sun, not the moon. It's Ursa Major.
Oh, for feck's sake.
What dread shrillness streaks without end.
Ophelia stands.
I'm shrill to sound the siren and toot the whistle.
Why, there's a wench most strangely attired.
And what the fuck, you bruta?
Ugly face. Ophelia steps on stage, elbows Petruchio out of her way.
Step aside.
'Tis my space you invade, Medusa.
Womp womp. Kate, you need treatment for Stockholm Syndrome. Stat.
Who are you, lady? Whence forth have you come?
I'm Ophelia from the block.
Romeo backs away from Ophelia.
I'm so not feeling ya.
Whatever.
That the weird sisters conjured you?
Nah, son. Just feminist rage.
Ah, I knew it. This odsome wench is an untamed shrew.
It's intervention time. Hold my beer. Listen, Kate. This Petruchio, straight up gaslighter.
What is this gas?
An overabundance of yellow bile.
Ah!
Creates disruption of the intestinal humors.
Forsooth! I know this dread malady well. Invades my innards when I feast upon Brussels sprouts. This gas inflicts me here, deep, deep, deep in my belly. Puffs me up like a blowfish.
Romeo puffs himself up like a balloon. Petruchio elbows him in the gut, and Romeo releases the air.
Quiet, clowns. No mansplaining on my watch.
What is this a man explaining?
I'll take things that suck the big wazoo for 500, Alex.
Savage.
Grazie.
Now, Kate, listen up. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation. It sows doubt in your own reality. A gaslighter changes beliefs and thoughts against your will.
'Tis a villain's power move?
Precisely. Lady, you surrendered your reality to his. Proved your Petruchio's goods, his baggage, his chattel. Long story short, you morphed from fierce to pliable. You call that a happy ending?
Kinky! Hey, you like a party?
Basta, Grumio!
I'm hosting an extravaganza!
Basta! Friend Ophelia, I caught feelings.
Oh, sweetie.
Lusty feelings!
Happens to the best of us.
I'm ride or die for leggings guy.
Yeah, no. Sure, you're all honeymoony and lovey-dovey right now with Mr. Sex Machine.
Shut your mouth!
Well, pliable isn't so terrible, is it?
Nearly as bad as a manic pixie dream girl.
What is this manic?
Sit your codpiece down.
Pliable means I'm still bendy and flexible, right?
No argument. But Katie, don't let Petruchio rope you into the blame and punishment chair.
Kinky! Good citizens, I'm proud to reign top distributor for Fantasia Tingle Toys.
Oh God, freaking Amway.
No. More like Mary Kay.
And Tupperware?
An 828 zillion gold industry.
Is there no escape from multi-level marketing pyramid schemes?
Romance, intimacy, sexy time, all your lonesome or with a spicy partner. Nearly 5 million citizens attend Fantasia Tingle Toys parties each year. Swingers get together. Then a night divorce celebration. See. More. Call 1-800-TICKLES. Schedule a sensual soiree soon. Become a sexy sales rep. That's 1-800-TICKLES. A mere 200 lira investment for a starter kit can change your life with a huge jolt.
Who falls for this BS scam?
You'd be surprised.
Kate, look at the reality of your situation, not at Petruchio's spin. The whole thing started as a transactional scheme. This guy is shady from Shadyopolis.
Wrong. I'm Brash Petruchio, a gentleman of Verona.
Whatever. He blasted through his inheritance and was thirsty for coin. Yours was an arranged marriage. Your sperm donor, Baptista, paid Petruchio to marry you.
Hatching!
Every guy in Padua was chomping at the bit to bone your sweet sister Bianca. Girl is fine.
But first, Baptista had to dump the extra baggage from his home.
Your old man was desperate to marry you off.
'Tis true. I am the elder sister.
Yes, Kate. You change hands from one man to another.
It's the battle of the sexes.
Man's wisdom of the ages.
That's the way Italy's patriarchal class system operates.
Smash the patriarchy! It's straight up sexual inequality, egregious subordination of women.
It's complicated.
Of course it is. Gaslighting implants false information, makes you doubt your own perception. Wake up and smell the Chianti. Katie, believe me. Hell, after one more road trip with scheming leggings guy, you won't recognize yourself.
Kate sprawls in a chair like a limp rag doll. Petruchio mimes winding her up with a crank. Romeo provides cranking sound effects as Kate slowly comes to life and stands. She hoists her breasts coquettishly, settles them in place in her bodice, and curtsies.
It's alive!
Fie, fie! Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes.
To wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor.
It blots thy beauty as frost do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake fair buds, and is in no sense as meet or amiable.
A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-teeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and what is so, none so dry or thirsty, will deign to sip or touch one drop of it.
Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee.
Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee. Thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee.
And for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor both by sea and land. To watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe.
And craves no other tribute at thy hands.
But love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Yeah?
But love, fair looks.
No. More sweetly, more girlish, Kate.
Girly.
And like a saw.
A higher tone.
Like a saw. Love's fair looks.
But love, fair looks.
Smile.
Yeesh.
Oof, not so many teeth.
To a wolfish.
And true obedience.
Open wide those pretty eyes and twirl.
She opens her eyes, twirls, and swishes her skirts.
Too little payment for so great a debt.
Molto bene.
More.
Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is forward, peevish, sullen, and sour,
And not obedient to his honest will?
What is she but a foul contending rebel and a graceless traitor to her loving lord?
I am ashamed that women are so simple, to offer war where they shall kneel for peace, to seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey.
Why are their bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world?
But that their self-conditions and their hearts should well agree with our external parts. Come, you forward and unable worms. Ugh.
my mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart as great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws, Our strength is weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most which we indeed least are.
Unveil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot.
In token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Kate offers her hand as Petruchio prepares to place his boot in it. Kate yanks back her hand in horror and returns to the scene with Ophelia.
No! No! The horror! The horror! No! No! Never!
Nuh-uh.
The unsibling Minnie must never be me! Does there live no hope?
There's always hope. Always. Let's replay those troublesome scenes and unpack them. You and you.
Me?
Up to it, Romeo. You play Baptista.
Acting! I'm a natural at thespian. Just don't ask me to do a mammoth.
Ugh. Even Macho Man Macbeth draws the line at mammoth.
Petruchio, you do you.
Huh?
And curtain up. Dance puppets.
Stop, Petruchio, my man! It's a me, Tricia the Big Daddy Baptista.
Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, do on half of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry I'll assure her of her widowhood, be it that she survives me in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialties be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is, her love, for that is all.
Stop! Stop! Father mentions love straight away.
Don't be fooled, Katie. Keep watching. And rewind!
Romeo rewinds himself with jerky movements, replays previous actions, and speaks in a garbled way. He then speaks clearly.
Aye, when the special thing is obtained, that is her love, for that is all.
Love? Why, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as commanding as she proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. The little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. I am the great gust to her flame. She'll yield to me, for I am rough and woo not like a babe.
He vows to blow out your fire, smother your fierceness.
Bet her, whatever you must do. Woo her, do her, screw her. Rid of me of that show.
And scene.
Oh my God, that's despicable!
Hello? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You were an alpha.
I was? I don't remember.
Because he squashed you under his thumb, crushed you into a zeta.
No, Kate, my love, turn that frown upside down. Anoint me with your winningness smile, Kate. Love, I willingly wooed you.
My man's got the game.
Wooing's based on attraction, desire, passion.
Pay no attention to the golden coins jingling in his manna purse.
I'm so confused. Petruchio desires me, Ophelia.
Of course he does, pretty woman. It's icing on the cake.
A handsome dowry indeed.
He married me in front of the whole city.
How soon you forget. Petruchio showed up late at the altar.
Yes! Dressed like a jester with belt shoes, drunk out of his five senses.
I started a Buddha fight with the priest.
Yeah, so we might eat and drink as friends.
What a sham! What a shame!
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand, opposed against my heart, unto a mad-brained roots be full of spleen, who rode in haste and means to wed at leisure.
Kate, You were a spark plug.
Hysterical!
Strident.
Cranky!
Unlovable.
You had agency for miles and miles. You were loud and proud.
Forsooth!
10 times smarter than Leggings Guy. You brayed to protect your own ideas, your own space, your own body. Then, how quickly you relinquished it.
I ignored my inner alarm.
Jack,
Missed my chance to pull a runaway bride.
Katie, you married a jerk. He dragged you back to his place like a Neanderthal, terrorized you by yelling at the servants.
He cuffed poor Romeo and kept me awake with ravings and rantings.
Then commandeered your Weight Watchers points and starved you.
The food was too rugged for my lady. Not fine enough for a delicate creature.
For truth, the meal was far too rich for a lady's dainty belly.
Too rugged, yet too rich.
Well, we lacked the proper condiments.
You done drank the Kool-Aid. Let's press rewind and make sure your recollection is solid. You, Romeo, you do you. Kate, you do you.
And I'll do...
Nobody.
Ouch.
Now remember, after a long and weary journey, you arrived at Petruchio's home.
You were ravenous, lady.
Ready to scarf up anything that wasn't nailed down.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What? Did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have present alms. If not, elsewhere they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, and with hopes kept waking and with brawling fed. And that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it under name of perfect love, as who should say, if I should eat or sleep, 'twere deadly sickness or else present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast. I care not, so it be wholesome food.
What say you to a calf's foot?
Get it in my belly, 'tis passing good. I prithee, let me have it.
I fear this too correct to commit.
Ah.
You to a fat tripe, finely broiled.
I like it well. Good Romeo, fetch it me.
I cannot tell, I fear this too correct.
Ah!
Say you to a piece of beef and mustard.
A dish that I do love to feed upon. Nom, 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 nom.
Aye, but the mustard is too hot a little.
Why then, the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Maiden, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Romeo.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then, the mustard without the beef?
No! Get thee gone, thy false deluding knave, that feedest me with the very name of meat. So and thee and all the pack of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go! Get thee gone, I say!
She chases Grumio away.
See, Ophelia, I speak my mind with force and pride, then boot the liar away.
Well done. But then...
Pick me! Pick me!
Go for it, Leggings Guy.
I burst forth into the room like so.
In a most unmanly fashion.
Petruchio hoists an imaginary platter overhead, bending over and under its weight.
Hoisted an enormous silver platter overhead, brimming with juicy meats, fragrant hand pies, sweet grape. Dearest Kate, I laid eyes on your sad countenance and declared, pluck up thy spirits. Look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am, to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee.
Oh, food! Glorious food!
All's well for the moment. Petruchio plays good cop to Grumio's bad cop.
Kate lunges for the platter and Petruchio pulls it away.
But...
Dun, dun, dun!
Kate and Petruchio rewind and replay their actions backwards.
Our shrew doesn't fawn fast enough, doesn't fluff up his fragile ego.
I am sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thanks. What, not a word? Nay, then thou lovest it not. And all my pains is sorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
Wait! I'm PMSing! I'm absolutely frantic for snackage! I pray you, let it stand!
The poorest service is repaid with thanks. So shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
See, girl? Stimulus. Response. Knuckle under to the control freak.
Signor Petruchio, fie! You are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I'll bear you company.
So far, so good, Romeo. You had one job, to be a decent human, but then...
Gobble it all up, Romeo, if thou lovest me. Much good it do until thy gentle heart.
Oh, no!
Petruchio gives the imaginary platter to Grumio, who gobbles up all the imaginary food.
Oh!
He inhaled all of Kate's food.
Hey, Alexa, show me something that makes me cray-cray. I grow most mightily angry.
Use it! Then, Petruchio summoned his tailor. Remember, Kate? Hubby promised you fancy new clothes to prance around in.
And now, my honey love, we will return unto thy father's house, and revel in it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things, scarves and fans and double change of bavery, with ample emerald bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou dined? Thy tailor stays thy leisure, to deck thy body with this ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown.
Come, Taylor.
Me? Okay, acting.
Here is the cab your workshop did beseech.
Why, this was molded on a porringer, a velvet dish. Oh, fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. Why, 'tis a cockle or a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it! Come, let me have a bigger.
Oh, have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
And when you're gentle, you shall have one too, and not...
Oh!
Sick a burn.
Why, sir, I trust I may leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break, and rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost as I please in words.
Look at you, living your best life.
Pretty cool, huh? He means to make a puppet out of me.
Rebel, speak truth to power, firmly rooted in your own reality. Then this big jamoke.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well, and that thou likest it not.
He gaslights you, and you fight back.
Love me or love me not. I like the cap, and it I will have, or I will have none.
No hat for you.
No!
A man must train his winch.
Nonsense, enabler. Katie, your micromanaging husband dangled gowns and jewelry, then yanked them from your eager hands.
Oh, they were not crafted in the fashion of the day, my love.
No sleeves like a demi-cannon for the little missus.
Now, Petruchio won't let you attend your own sister's wedding unless you agree to every outlandish claims he makes. Sun's the moon, my ass. Dysfunction junction, baby. I call BS.
Okay, well, then I call BS back. That wasn't me. I never said it. No, 'twas some base impostor. Right, Romeo? Trusted truth teller? Correct, old man? Who lives paycheck to paycheck with no hope or a pension and in dire need of paltry wages without a hold, unless...
Ah, correcto mundo! 'Twas a false wooer, lady.
Fake woos.
A trickster who married you, starved you, ripped your clothes to shreds. 'Twas not my kind master who rained cruelty upon you.
No, never. It was a scoundrel in disguise, a rogue who impersonated my voice. I swear upon Romeo's life. I love you, Kate, with all my heart, all my soul.
Oh, friend Ophelia, I am confused beyond measure.
Who you gonna believe? Lying liar from Lieville? Or your own eyes, your own ears, your own reason?
Just remember, what you see and you hear are not happening. That I can tell you.
Gaslighter.
Kate, darling Kate, you know I love you. I tamed you to help you, not please me. Don't let this Doctor Who wench destroy our love. A big, beautiful, tremendous, loving love like no lovers ever loved.
I'm ever more confounded. I cannot tell the sun from the moon from the stars from my heart.
You've been gaslighted so much, you don't know what the truth is.
The truth is in the sex, my love.
Bum chicka boo.
Don't forget, when we make the sex,
It's the most tremendous sex two cis folks ever sexed.
you peek through a spyglass.
Not my jam. I think you're confusing me with voyeur over there.
What? Never.
Oh, for truth, Ophelia, the beast with two backs is phenomenal.
Because I am a manly man who loves his gentle lady. No one will ever...
Katie, pay no attention to his love bombs. Your shrew roils below the surface. Shrew says what?
Rah!
Louder. Open the gates. Unleash the mighty shrew. Now, with full-on shrew, remember the moment you met him. Make it so.
Take this of me, Kate, of my consolation. Hearing thy mildest praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, thy beauty sounded.
Arrogant clod!
Myself unmoved to woo thee for thy wife.
Move it! Let him that moveth you hither remove you hence! You are immovable!
What's immovable?
A stool!
Thou hast said it! Come, sit on me!
Ha! Asses are made to bear, and so are you!
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
I'll never lie on my back to bear your weight!
Good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, yet heavy as my weight should be!
Come, come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry. Come.
Go!
This movable will not move. Come, lamb.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting!
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Oh, aye, if the fool could find where it lies!
No, who where a wasp doth wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Yours. Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail?
Oh!
Nay, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try. Ha!
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms. Ah! If you hit me, I will chew them off.
Seeing that he won't release her, she tries a new tactic.
I shoot you if I tarry. Pray let me go.
No, not a word. I find you passing gentle. I was told me you were rough and coy and sullen. And now I find a report. A very liar.
She clobbers him in the mouth and gets away.
Thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross and talk, but thou with mildness entertain thy wooers. With gentle conference, soft and...
Kate circles him, elbows him in the gut, as he did to Romeo earlier.
Affable.
Petruchio grabs her arm and twists it up behind her back.
Release me!
She tries to hit him with a knee.
Therefore, setting this chat aside in plain terms, your father consented they shall be my wife. And will you, nill you, I will marry you. Then I will be married to no man but me. I am born here to tame you, Kate. I bring thee from a wild Kate to a Kate comfortable. Gathered household Kates. Never make denial. I must still have Catherine for my wife.
Hey ho, Signor Petruchio! It's a me, Big Daddy Batista. How fare you with my baby girl, huh?
How but well, sir. It would be impossible for me to fare amiss.
And are you daughter Katharina?
Oh, you me, daughter! Oh, you have shown a tender fatherly regard to wish me wed to a madcap ruffian, a lunatic!
Father, it's like this. You and all the world have talked amiss of Kate.
My daughter?
She's not ill-tempered.
Mine.
But modest as the dove.
About a subtle word.
Not hot.
This young woman here.
But temperate as the morn.
We're talking about this woman.
We agree so well together, Sunday is the wedding day.
See you hanged on Sunday first!
See? We struck a bargain while you were alone. She's still going to pretend in public that she's still got her temper. In private, we know better. Don't we, my dove? I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate, hung about my neck, and kiss upon kiss she showered on me.
Kate lifts her fists and snarls, and Grumio steps away.
Stand back, rogue, with my cowardly father!
Protesting oath on oath, she won me speedingly to her love.
Lunacy is contagious!
Give me thy hand, Kate.
Never!
I'll go to Venice to buy apparel for the wedding. Provide the feast, Father. Welcome the guests. Everyone in town. We'll have rings and fine array. Kiss me, Kate, for we'll all be married on Sunday.
He plants a loud kiss on her lips.
Non-consensual!
She wipes the kiss away and whips out a weapon.
Gaslighter!
Is this a dagger I see before me?
No, Petruchio, you're thinking of the Scottish play.
It's a blackhead remover thingy. Let's get ready to rumble!
The fight erupts. Eventually, Kate is victorious. She has one foot on Petruchio's back as he sprawls on the floor.
Screech it loud and screech it proud. I'm a she-devil, a fire eater, a nasty woman, a shrew! And I love myself in all my shrill glory. Get up and get out, gaslighter! It wasn't me. Gaslighter, snuff out your match. Zoom away now! I'm not your catch!
It was a vile faker!
Gaslighter! Gaslighter! Get out of juice, you partner! Just kidding. Yanking your chain, my dearest, most manly husband.
She twirls and curtsies.
Darling,
I'm ashamed that women are so simple to offer war where they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway, when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts?
what a prankster you are.
Damn, you're good.
Come, you forward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours.
My sweet Kate's a true pretender.
Hanged on a dime.
My heart is great, my reason haply more. To bandy word for word and frown for frown.
Lady, you're a brilliant bamboozler.
Had me hook, line, and...
But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength as weak, our weakness past compare. That seeming to be most, which we indeed least are.
You tricked me. I believe this untamed shrew, this vile Ophelia, fed you on such poisons.
Kate lovingly blows a kiss to Petruchio. She places her hands coquettishly behind her back and slowly twirls to show Ophelia that she's formed a cross with her index fingers, indicate she's lying.
Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's boot.
Kate submissively places her hand out for Petruchio's foot and yanks it out from under him. And he goes down.
In token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Italian for literally, go do it in the ass. Used to mean fuck off. She helps Petruchio up.
Hurry! The shrew is a raven! Look at her, a raven soul! Beat the pizza!
Hey, Nani friggin' Nani.
Petruchio hobbles off with Grumio.
That was so fucking freeing!
Standing O, milady.
I'm flying high on adrenaline!
You're ferocious.
Oh, friend Ophelia, I can see clearly now. I trust myself, my perceptions, my reality. And I feel the full force of ferocity coursing through my veins.
Mwah.
Now what?
Girl, get yourself a gaggle of epic sex toys.
Friend, I'm 3 steps ahead of you.
Oh, do tell.
My impotent Fantasia Tickle Toy sales career ends today. Finito.
Good for you.
My pleasure chest is stocked with all manner of kooky paraphernalia. Signore Dildo snuggles most happily under my pillow.
Ciao, bello. Hey, there's a dog adoption over at Padua's Pet Rescue.
Oh, dogs are the best people.
Want to hang out? I volunteer in the puppy pen.
I am so in.
Then want to Uber it to goat yoga?
Perfect. I'm bendy and flexible.
So I noticed.
After that, we'll idle at the pub.
Excellent. As long as we stay away from the boar's head.
Oh, I feel you, Ophelia.
Too
many drunken frat
boys. Right? Shakespeare's women are always way smarter than his men. Just saying.
Kate peers out at the audience.
Whose women?
It's a long story. Trust me.
I do, friend. First drink's on me.
Mimosas?
What is this mimosa? I'm thinking vodka stingers.
She waggles her waspish butt.
But first,
we sing
and cavort.
The disheveled Romeo enters. He wears a pantalones mask and is subservient and attentive. He carries on a violin and a mandolin. He elaborately presents them to Kate and Ophelia.
A zinga violin, a plingo mandolin, tutto saxophone, ushalete tibere ta.
Romeo bows and exits. Women play instruments and dance and sing.
Tippity tippity.
Tippity tippity da.
Will you buy a fine dog with a hole in his head, with a dildo, with a dildo, with a dildo.
Muffs, cuffs, ribberdos, and fine sisters thread, with a dildo, dildo.
I stand not on points, pins, periwigs, combs, glasses.
Gloves, garters, girdles, buffs for the brisk lasses.
But I have other dainty tricks.
Sleek stones and potting sticks.
With a dildo, dildo. And for I need my pretty pots.
Amber, civet, and muscats.
With a dildo, dildo.